Hello everyone, it's Pete back here again, this time with a couple of shout outs and some updates on a few parts that once I've got the models together won't really be all that visible, but I thought they'd be quite handy to show them anyway as part of the stages of the build. And also down the other end here, I've had another go at casting some more lenses. So I've got 3 more lenses for the Mercury tail lights there. They seem clearer than the ones I had the other day. And in the back of the trailer, I've got a steering wheel I've decided to use for the Mercury. The mirrors I was discussing, if I plonk that down there, these are quite big. Scallopy sort of mirrors, but I thought they're quite got the similar curves to the 40 to this Mercury. Also down here, I really don't want to go dropping this, is a bracket I've made to hold a CB aerial on the lower pedestal. And then the upper pedestal will have a rotating beacon light on it. I'll go back again. Where that drill hole is there, that will mount the light unit. Oh, come on, focus on that, you bleeder. Pick that up in a little while. And also a couple of small reversing lights that I've made to go on the back of the Mercury and back of the trailer. There's 2 identical ones in there, made from pieces of strip, and then a border of strip to the same size as these small rectangular lenses that I found. Got in a sort of job lot of lights. What else was there in the Mercury? No, that was all of that for the Mercury. Going back to the other end, if we go back to the Cyclone, there you can see the inlay of the Mustang dashboard clocks, and I the other day was saying about the sort of taper up of the dashboard that made it not symmetrical. So I took just the chrome part out and filed down the clocks and have inlaid it into there. But then I did think about cutting out the centre of the Mustang dashboard so as it would take a right-handed set of clocks, and widening each, built up each side there so as it's broad enough to fit in the gap in there. Oops. And see what that would look like with the whole Mustang dash mounted in, and a new gotta stay in place while I get my hand out of the way. I've also been working on the pedals for this, and underneath there is an extension to the steering rod to go down, steering column to go down into that hole there. for these parts, a seat subframe, along with two other parts that will go along inside. Either side is a piece of channel, and these broader channel pieces will go inside this channel either side, and then hook to the hinge that's underneath this seat, so the seat will go backwards and forwards and tilt, because it will run backwards and forwards on the channel. It will run backwards and forwards in the channel at either side of that square on those other pieces of bigger channel. That's like the framework's made out of 2mm channel, and these are 3.5mm channel drilled near the top, so that will give the clearance away from the rail, like that, and then pinned to the hinge on the bottom of the seat, so that'll go backwards and forwards like that, and tilt backwards and forwards. And I'll make that both for them for both seats. That's the cyclone out of the way. That I've just knocked over is the gear knob for the cyclone, with a skull on top of it. And this is another one I'm making up here for the 55 Chevrolet. Now, move that back out of the way. If I hold that up more, you can see what I've cut away from the Mustang. And I've still actually got the inlay part with the Mustang bags on it. Probably about to tread on that. Yeah, so that's that for that. There's also here a carburetor that had a big ram injector on the top. I've heated that up and changed the shape of it so as it will become the speaker in behind this grille. And I've made on the back of the grille now, I've put in some vent deflectors, and the sticky out spur bit is part of the support for that carburetor, to give me the look of a speaker. Bear with me a second. Of course, this time it's going to struggle to go in, isn't it? Of course it is. Talk among yourselves for a second. It's been going in and out fine. Oh, gosh. All the times I've been practicing it. Where's the blimmin' tweezers gone? Anyway, the point is, going back to it, that will be visible down through there. And also those other deflectors, once they're painted satin black, they'd be visible down through that slot. You wouldn't see, if you look down through those slots, you wouldn't see nothing. You'd see part of the vent system. So I'm trying to build something that will look that. It will give the depth of the vents, but also somewhere where it does hit, not just a hole. And further into the cab, I had to move the pedals forward quite a bit, by about 1.5 millimeters to put them into a better position for driving. But I have made a start on my centre console part, which is there. And when I've got it all jigged up, the gearbox part that the gearbox selector will go onto there and tie in with the Corvette dashboard, which will be on further there, and link all three together: the dashboard, the selector, and the centre console. But I want to raise the height of those seats a couple of millimeters to get them closer to the armrest sort of height, and then fitting into this roll bar, which I have to check the height of. I've put on these two tags on the back of the roll bar to give me a height idea when I slide just like into the cab. So it'll give me, I'll be able to see them and say, right, they're a couple of mil down, they're 1/4 inch down, they're level, to get them lined up with the window angle, because I want them sloping with the rear window angle. Going back along there, in the background you can see the chassis for the 55 Chevrolet. I've found some beefier rear shock absorbers, which I think I'll change and use in the back rather than the yellow ones that are on it. They're about the same length, but these are stockier, and that made me think I might use the two there and add them to the two at the front to counteract the added weight of having this big engine in there. I've been sort of comparing what you'd see by building a frame for the radiator, and what would I see through the grille to the radiator, because that's all clear, and that will sit obviously at the front there. But I've made this framework out of pieces of channel and then offcuts of triangle and a piece of strip cross brace in it, built around the radiator. It just so happens that radiator is the same width as the chassis rails, which is all pretty handy. I wanted to give a shout out to Seamus. Are you going to fit in, Seamus? He sent me over his new card. And so I want to give a shout out to Seamus. He also sent me over the unhealthy F100 front windscreen. And I think it looks like spilt paint. I can have something parked up in a garage either rotting away, possibly looks like a crack down there where that runoff of glue is, and some spilt paint, an old tarpaulin, and a rusty old F100. And I think I can use it in something like that. I haven't done a rusty doodad, might as well be that one. So thanks Seamus for sending that over. Gives me something to replace the one I sent over to him. He also sent me over a 135th Jeep, which is really handy for a project I've got going in the background of 135th Jeeps in the Western Desert in the Second World War, like everybody else does with a bunch of Jeeps. And also Carl at RKD Skyworks has sent me over his card, and in the background there a neat little sticker as well. of a 37 surf pickup and a Hawaiian beach scene, or palm trees. Don't think you get many palm beaches in Indiana, but that's pretty cool. But I've been making loads of different progress with different things and thought I'd do it as an update. And that's it. Best wishes from jolly old England. Bye.